Hi friends. Hi friends, and thank you for stopping by. Apologies in advance, I am just a little bit sick, so if you hear it in my voice, you are correct. I am sick. But I'm okay, I promise. Today I will be finally answering your questions. You guys submitted a lot of good questions in my community post, and I'm excited to get through them today. But first, I just wanted to take a second and say thank you so much for being here. I am ever grateful to be a part of the ASMR community, and I'm just so excited that over 10,000 of you want to subscribe to my content. That's pretty cool. I know that in the grand scheme of YouTube, 10,000 isn't the biggest number, but it is still a very large amount of people, and I am happy that even one of you likes my content. So thank you so much for being here. You mean a lot to me, and let's get into it. So the first question that I have written down is, how old are you? Good question. I am 28 years old, although later this year I will be turning 29, but currently 28. I know my face sometimes reads a little younger to some people, which is fine. It's been a blessing and a curse, but yeah. The next question, why are you called Vonnie ASMR? Is Vonnie a nickname? And this is from Chandler Burse. And the answer is yes. Vonnie is a nickname. I decided to use my nickname for ASMR firstly because my whole name is, I think, already being used by someone in the ASMR community, and I wanted to make sure mine was a little bit more unique, so I didn't have to be Vonnie ASMR 1, or you know what I mean. So that was one reason, and I also just wanted to be able to venture into the ASMR world without having random people from my past pop up and be like, what is this? So I used a nickname so that I could send it and share it to people I wanted to know about it, but could explore it kind of anonymously first. And I can also decide how much of my personal information kind of intertwines as more and more people find my content. But Vonnie is a nickname, and my real name, or my whole name, I should say, is Veronica. You're welcome to call me Veronica. I have no qualms with that, but I also respond to Vonnie and V. Many people in my real life call me all of those names, so whatever feels most comfortable for you. Let's see, do you prefer for Vonnie or V? What are your pronouns? And that is from Doloritas Vega. And I'm happy with whatever you'd like to call me, as long as it is one of my names. I don't have a preference for which. I sign off as V because it's shorter. And as for my pronouns, I go by she, her. And thank you for asking. Okay, moving on. Shoshana S. asked a good few questions, but I'll start with these. Do you work or study? So I am past my studying phase of life, and I work. I work in technical theater. I am a technical production person at a theater, so that means that I help a lot with building the looks on a stage for performance. So that means I help build sets, I take down sets, a lot of painting and construction work, a lot of woodworking and drilling. I do a lot with like hanging lights, focusing lights, running sound, anything that's kind of behind the scenes on how a show looks on stage and getting it to its final look and taking it down afterwards. That's what I do. So yeah, it's really fun. I've been a part of theater productions for my entire life, mostly on stage as an actor, but I have certainly had my realm of things behind the scenes as well, and it's a privilege to be able to continue to be in that realm as an adult and make money doing it, because I know it's certainly a difficult thing to continue doing after, going to school or, just having it as a hobby. So really happy to be there. And she also asks, do you have any pets? Unfortunately, no, I don't. Not that I don't want them, but where I live currently does not allow pets, especially the ones that I want, like a dog or a cat. And I do live in a smaller space, so it would be harder to, give them the best life that they want. But I couldn't even if I wanted to, because they're not allowed. So hopefully in the future, but as of right now, no pets. Sadal Moncake asks, what are your hobbies? I have a lot of hobbies, and I am definitely akin to an old lady when it comes to hobbies. I love doing creative things with my hands, so I've learned embroidery, crochet, I do puzzles. People on my Patreon know I love a puzzle. I'm at my very, very beginning stages of entering junk journaling. I like writing. I love music, both listening and creating music. I sing a little bit, so also that. I love reading, baking, being outdoors in nature. A lot of hobbies, a lot of things here and there. It's hard to do them all the time. HJM19_ASMR9 asks, what music do you listen to? And boy, is that a loaded question, because I have a very broad range of musical interests. I feel like I was raised in a household that was that way. Let's see, in high school, I really started loving like emo, post-hardcore, pop-punk music. So some artists that have really stuck with me would be like Bring Me the Horizon, Bayside, Scary Kids, Scaring Kids. Those three I feel like I still really listen to. I really like early 2000s and 90s pop. Of course, I'm a Backstreet Boys girl. I also had a phase, I think, in like elementary school where I listened to nothing but the A-Teens, if anyone remembers them, and they're still on playlists. I also really love K-pop. I listen to BTS, IU. I listen to Stray Kids, Dreamcatcher. I love jazz, especially like 1950s, 60s jazz, so like Ella Fitzgerald, Nat King Cole, Frank Sinatra, that kind of genre. It's all over the place. I could go on forever. If you ever want a playlist, music is definitely a love language of mine. Hot Wings 9001 asked me a lot of questions, so I'll get through a couple of them. Do I like or play sports? I am not a very sporty person. Once I made the decision in, I think, maybe like middle school or late elementary school to really pursue theater as my out-of-school activity, my extracurriculars. Sports kind of fell by the wayside, but I've always really enjoyed volleyball. I enjoy more passive sports. I am unfortunately not a competitive person. I have never had the competitive genes, so I will enjoy watching a sport, especially if there is a good snack involved, but unfortunately I don't have a favorite sport just because I don't watch them very often. But ones that have to do with like racket hitting, like tennis or like badminton, I enjoy just because I feel like I excel more at those sports than like a football or a soccer or a baseball, something like that. Favorite movies or shows? Listen, superlatives are hard for me. I have a very difficult time being put on the spot when it comes to thinking of things that are my favorite. Movies or shows. I really love Studio Ghibli. If you guys don't know, I do have a Howl tattoo on my arm here. So of course, I love Ghibli movies like Howl's Moving Castle, The Boy and the Heron, Kiki's Delivery Service, Spirited Away. Those are all great. I love rom-coms, I love fantasies, I love mysteries, I love thrillers. I really like all of the Sherlock Holmes things that had come out in their mid-2000s to up until recently, like both the BBC version with Benedict Cumberbatch and the Robert Downey Jr. versions as well. What movies do I watch? I really like Guillermo del Toro. The Crimson Peak was really good. I like the creepy vibes. I like horror movies that make you think more. Like I really liked Insidious and the Conjuring movies. I just think those were fun. I like rom-coms, especially from the mid-2000s, like Leap Year. Favorite non-ASMR channels? Listen, I am a vlog girl, unfortunately, or fortunately, I shouldn't be embarrassed about that. So I love Miss Remy Asjen, and she has a vlog channel called Rem Life. I love Alicia Marie. I'll watch Sierra Schultze in her videos. I love food, so I watch Mikey Chen a lot. That's just a few. I'll watch the Try Guys sometimes. Just kind of whatever pops up. I also fall down the rabbit hole of those like Jubilee cut videos, which I feel like everyone probably does. Role models. Role models, I think probably for me it's gonna be a little cliche, but recently I feel like my role models are my parents. I've been lucky enough to have two really great people be the people that have raised me. And as an adult, I am appreciating more and more seeing their arc from being young adults to adults, and just really appreciating how kind and understanding and open they are as people. And yeah, they're really smart and genuine, and I love them. And a hot take. I don't like cucumbers. I'm sorry. Their flavor is too loud. It takes over everything. I just feel like I can always taste them more than everything else that they're with, so that's my hot take. Creator of the Room asks, how many sets of earrings do you have, and are there any that you choose to wear more often, or is it random? I gotta be honest, I did not pinpoint my earrings as being something that people would be so interested in when I first started filming my ASMR channel. I just didn't think people would care that much, but I'm happy that you do. I love my earrings, and I'm glad you love them too. How many sets? Probably like between 15 and 20 sets, I would say, if I had to guess. I haven't counted them recently. And I choose to wear them based off of how well they fit the vibe of the video I'm wearing, or the vibe of the video I'm filming. So, you know, if they're more whimsy, I might wear a whimsier earring like this. I'll wear these ones a lot for my secretary videos just because I feel like they give secretary and they have a nice little jingle to them. But I'll wear something a little more inconspicuous for my doctor ones. And in real life, I just kind of go through phases, I think, of ones that I like to wear. I like wearing these ones right now just because I made them, and they're just little shells that I got from the beach and made them into earrings, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I think that's how I choose. Live Amateur 2813 says, what's the best language for ASMR? And that's hard. I think this is a very subjective question, which I think you know. But English for me, just because I like comprehending and zoning out a little bit. So, you know, trying to comprehend a language or reading subtitles takes a little bit more mental strain for me. So I generally listen to ASMR in English. However, I love ASMR in other languages. I think they're lovely. And Marie, I'll link her down below. She's Indonesian, and I love the sound of her voice. I think Indonesian and the cadence and the way that it sounds in the mouth, it just sounds really cool and is really good for ASMR. So I would also say Indonesian. Shoshana S. also asks, what types of ASMR do you find most relaxing to watch? You know, I've been trying to answer that question for myself for a while, and I think the real answer, if I'm being honest, is it is a very particular balance. I love personal attention, I love lights, I love questions, and I love things that I don't have to think too hard about, but still keep my attention just enough. And I think the balance of all of those things together is what makes the most relaxing ASMR for me. I also love a good paper sound, card sounds. This is also relaxing to me. Writing, scratching, tracing. Camille Andrade 1892 asks, who is your favorite ASMR artist? I don't think I have one particular person that, is above everyone else, but some of my favorites are Ting ASMR, Eliza, or ASMR Eliza, Abby ASMR. I really like Starling ASMR. Who else do I watch most often? I'll watch Lizzie pretty often. But those are the ones that I think I go back to most often. So I guess those guys, but I enjoy a lot of different creators. I think it just kind of depends what videos I'm interested in that day. Let's see. Rachel S4277 asks, do you have a favorite trigger that you like to watch and create? I like doing a lot of things. I think my favorite thing is being able to do a variety. I love to keep things rolling. I don't love to do the same thing over and over again, day in and day out, but I really like lights, as you guys know. I think this is something that I can do for a long time and not get bored of, not lose the creative energy in, and I just think there are so many things that you can do with lights, and I know that even scientifically they are effective in helping ground and make you sleepy, so these are definitely some of my favorites. Plus, I tend to be a yapper, so I do like talking as well. Let's see, Rural Trash 13, good name, asks, how did you find out about ASMR, and what was your first experience with ASMR? Well, if we're being very specific, I think my first experience with ASMR was when I was like 1 or 2. I had a sensory elephant that had crinkly ears, and that really scratched my brain. I have a vivid memory of that. But I don't think I knew what ASMR was then. My first, how I learned about ASMR, I believe, was after watching a Pokimane video when she used to do ASMR. I wasn't watching her for that, but I stumbled upon a video and was like, oh, this is what that is. I really like that. If any of you remember, I feel like there was a viral iPod sound that was going around in like my 7th grade time. It was like a haircut situation, and I remembered that after watching that Pokemon video and being like, oh, that was ASMR. I've always wanted to see more of that. So after I watched her video, I stumbled into the ASMR realm and never came out. Petunia78 asks, who are some ASMR artists that inspire you when it comes to triggers? And I think they're probably the same people that inspire me or that I watch most often. ASMR Eliza and Starling ASMR, I think, are the people that give me most inspiration. They're just both super creative, and they're constantly just doing their own thing, and I really appreciated watching them. And they're not afraid to use kind of whatever's at their disposal, which I think is really important for other creators, just as a reminder that you don't need expensive, fancy things to be able to do ASMR. You can just kind of use whatever you have, and people will like it. I have used a bunch of random decor throughout my videos that people have enjoyed, and I can't be more thankful that I am a girl who loves stuff, because my stuff comes in handy with ASMR. Let's see, a couple more. Sadamon Cakes also asked, what was your inspiration to start making ASMR videos? Thanks for asking that, by the way. My inspiration, I think, was just realizing how effective ASMR was for myself in my own mental health journey. I am someone who has always wanted to create things on YouTube. I have had other ventures that didn't quite feel authentic to myself. And after really enjoying ASMR for a long time, I felt like I had something to give to the community, something that I felt like I could add. It's helped me a lot, and I thought, well, maybe I can help someone else too. And lastly, Aurora Unit 117 asks, what is the video that you've had the most fun making, or that you're most proud of? I'll answer both of those questions then. The video that I'm most proud of, I think, again, a little cliche, is the first video I ever posted. I was really, really nervous to post the video, especially because making this content, you're by yourself, you're doing things that might be out of your comfort zone at first when you're not used to doing them, and when you're doing things like that, it can feel a little embarrassing at first. It's, no one is receiving it as embarrassing, but it just took a lot to post that on the internet and let it go and just let people watch. So I'm really proud of myself for just letting that go and seeing how it went. So and as for the video that I've had the most fun making, I'd say probably my alien videos, just because I give myself a little extra leeway to improv in those videos and do whatever I want, where my other videos, I feel I keep a little bit more of a structure, but I'm an actor at heart, and kind of goofing around a little extra is what makes them a little extra fun. But all of my videos are fun to film. Like I said, I try and keep things fresh so that I don't get bored, and hopefully you guys don't get bored of watching the exact same thing over and over again too often, but I know that people also come back to watch similar things, so I try and keep that in mind as well. But those are all the questions I have written down. Of course, if you have any other questions that you'd like to know, comment them down below, and maybe I'll do another Q&A. But thank you so much for being here, and I hope this was fun for you. I enjoyed answering your questions, so have a good rest, or a good rest of your day, and thank you for stopping by. Bye-bye.
I'd like to thank my lovely Moth Gang patrons, Abby, Alex, Alfredo, Callum, Christian, David, Glenn, Hair Apparent, Joey, Jonathan, Mikey, and Omega Lol for their support. And if you'd like to learn more about what it means to be in the Moth Gang, or about my Patreon, there's always a link in my bio.